guys, let's talk about graphs. Um, this is something that tricks people up a lot, and here's why. You could have a graph of f, or you could have a graph of the derivative of f. And it's really important to remember that just because you are given a graph does not make it the graph of the function. It could just as easily be the graph of the derivative. So we'll start, number one, with given graph of function, create graph of derivative. Here we go. Graph of function looks like this. Graph the derivative. For now, I'm just going to do them in different colors to make it completely obvious. Well, derivative is slope. So the derivative graph will be the graph of the slopes of the function graph. So let's figure out some slopes. Well, that looks like it has a slope of 4. And that looks like it has a slope of 0. And this looks like it has a slope of -1. And this looks like it has a slope of -1. And this looks like it has a slope of 0. So I could make the graph of the derivative. And if I say that this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and my values of x, obviously not very accurately drawn, but 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, hang on. Okay, back. I had a slope of 4. Uh-oh. I've got some negative slopes here. I'd better change my derivative graph. Here we go. I've got a slope of 4. I've got a slope of 0. I've got a slope of -1. Oop. I've got another slope of -1. And I've got a slope of 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that shouldn't have been there. That was just like a little smudge that I accidentally made. And so the graph of the derivative looks something like that. F prime of x, f of x. All right. So let's go to option number 2. Given graph of derivative, create graph of function. Okay, here we go. Here's a graph of a derivative. I've got a function that has a slope of -1 right up to that point, and it has a slope of +1 after that. So what does my original graph look like? Well, I need something with a slope of -1 right up to this point, and a slope of +1 afterwards. M equals -1, m equals 1. Notice that the slope is undefined right there. Notice that the slope is undefined right there at x equals 1. Now, does that have to be the graph? Well, not necessarily. I mean, it could look like that, or it could look like this, or it could look like, well, I think you get the point, is it could look like anything shifted up or down as long as the slope is undefined right here at x equals 1, and as long as it has a slope of -1 there and a slope of +1 over